My name is Julie, and when I was a kid, I loved reading adventure novels, where the protagonist was brave and bold and unafraid to venture into the unknown. I'm 22 years old, and I still love reading these books. But now, I want to take it one step further, and I want to become the heroine of my own story. So I've just put a pause on my honors university education, and I said no to a job on Wall Street, and I bought a plane ticket to somewhere really far away. I'm inviting you to come with me. This is season 1. Hello from Uzbekistan. Uzbekistan is a Central Asian nation and former Soviet republic, perhaps most famous for its magnificent cities that were stops on the Silk Road. Uzbekistan features awe-inspiring architectural wonders and a history that saw Alexander the Great, Genghis Khan, and Timur leave their mark. Today, we are traveling from Samarkand to Bukhara. Bukhara was once a center of Islamic scholarship and continues to host dozens of well-preserved mosques, madrasas, and fortresses. However, what few outside of Uzbekistan know is that the city is also the home of a Jewish community whose history is at least as old as Islam. Today, my mission is to explore Bukhara to learn more about this land that many Jews once called, and some continue to call, home. I'm here in Samarkand. A gentleman I just met who speaks English is helping me explain to the cab driver in Uzbek that I want to get to the train station. What I didn't know at the time is that this stranger paid for my cab ride. Thank you. We have just arrived at the train station. We have our ticket to Bukhara, and this is my first time on a train in Uzbekistan, so we'll see how it goes. Isn't the station beautiful? I wait for and ultimately enter the train. I love public transport, specifically trains, and I'm excited to visit Bukhara. To go to the Bukhara synagogue.
Okay.
Do you know where that is? Okay. Off to find the synagogue because we did not get dropped off directly in front of it. The Buxoroning Jews are one of the oldest ethno-religious groups in Central Asia. They have developed a very, very distinct culture, I think largely because of the isolation that they've had over the years. Okay, so that's an exciting update. It is currently 1:51 p.m. and it looks like I can come back at 4 and the gates will be opened, and then I can meet the Bukhara Jews on Shabbat. Very exciting update. Now, I think it's time for me to find a hotel. Found a room in a hostel for 90,000 some, which is less than $9 US, including breakfast. So we're gonna have a little bit of a rest and then off to go meet the Bukhara Jews. It's almost 4 p.m. We are off to go meet the head of the synagogue, the rabbi. I'm not entirely sure, but I was told that there is somebody to meet me at 4, which is super duper exciting. So let's rock and roll. I'm from LA. I went to university in Phoenix, Arizona. I have never dealt with a heat this warm. Maybe this is the reason why all of the Jews left. The head of the Jewish community came and informed me that there would be no filming done today because it is Shabbat. Makes sense, but he asked me to come back tomorrow evening, which is what we will be doing. See you then. With my newfound free time, I break out my map of Bukhara, which is worth noting is entirely in Russian, which is a language that I objectively do not speak, and begin to wander. So the currency is the Uzbekistani som, and it is 11,000 som to the US dollar. So I just went to the ATM to get cash for the next leg of the journey. I took out 187 US dollars, or 2 million Uzbeki som. This is what 2 million som look like. Today, I'm visiting the 400-year-old synagogue in Bukhara and am getting to learn more about their community. During the 2,000-plus years since, the fate of the region's Jews has oscillated. During periods of acceptance, the Jews thrived and established a rich culture with traditions including beautiful and joy-filled weddings and celebrations, a distinct music style, as well as a unique cuisine. During times of persecution, however, many of the Jews left. This brings us to today. From the 1970s onward, Jews began emigrating from Uzbekistan in mass numbers, with a sharp acceleration when the Soviet Union dissolved in 1991. The majority of the approximately 300,000 Bukharan Jews live in Israel or America. Fewer than 2,000 live in Uzbekistan, and fewer than 200 live in the city of Bukhara. Abroad, these communities of Bukharan Jews are vibrant, young, and flourishing, and are preserving the closely held traditions of this community. But they are not here. Local legend suggests that ancestors of the Bukharan Jews were among the lost tribes who arrived in this region after the Assyrian exile in 722 BCE. Although, most historians think the Jews first came to this region after the Babylonian exile from Israel in 586 BCE. I am completing this video in this Jewish cemetery that houses more than 10,000 graves. Donations from all over the world help to maintain the cemetery and synagogue, and although the Jewish community is extremely small, they still exist, and they are proud to remain in their homeland. Abram Iskahov, the president of the Bukhara Jewish community, said, "Without history, you have no future. Just being here to preserve our history, our language, and our traditions is a big victory." Thank you for joining me today, and I'll see you next time.